Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh. Double honors to the elders, the apostles, the great millstone, and rule well. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. News in the gospel, bride, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is another lesson through the Spirit. This is a mess. This is comical and theatrics and bread and circuses, and overall just a hot mess. Here you got this guy, Thomas Massie, which he's going off on this demon Pam Bundy, which Pam Bundy, I'm not gonna lie, she's a real Looney Tune character, man. Okay, she's very unaccountable. She deflects. I mean, she dodges bullets like shots like Neo from the Matrix, man. I mean, she slipping here, head bob moving here, and I mean, they're quick to deflect and throw back. It proves that there's no loyalty among thieves, man. And, you know, realistically speaking, you know, they really plan on you people's emotions, because how can you expect justice from a group of people that need to be brought to justice, first and foremost? The people that you're expecting justice from to release the true transparency of these Epstein PDF files, you're not going to get that, because one thing, Department of Justice, they've totally sold you people out. Okay, they have all the information and redacted more than half the pages, which it was 3 million pages of the Epstein files, which I'm pretty sure is more than that. And they redacted a lot of names, and they redacted a lot of information. They withheld most of the pages from the people, you know, and they've been telling you false narratives, and they've been telling you that they're going to show this and expose this and that. But essentially, if they was to expose the whole Jeff Epstein ordeal, every last one of them will fall. Pam Bundy, Thomas Massie, you know, people like Don Lemon, you know, these Republicans, these Democrats, Trump, Biden, Obama, both the Obamas, Michael and Barack, the Clintons, the Bushes, all right, the Kennedys, all these people will be in. When I say Kennedys, I'm talking about, like, you know, the more modern Kennedys, man, you know. But they always involved in satanic practices, because this is the rulership of the wicked. So you got this demon Pam Bundy, and she's funny to me, man, because she gets so defensive. And she told that one nigga, he said, stop. He said, I'm talking, be quiet. She said, you can't yell at me. And this is why you don't allow a woman to have power, because essentially when you put women in power, they seem to forget their place under a man. And this is the result of the confusion of this place. This place brings nothing but total confusion, man. You know, and this proves that this is Rome all over again, because even during the Greek or the Greco-Roman Empire, you had women that sat in power seats with men, man. You know, which proves that this is nothing but the Greco-Roman Empire all over again. I was at a meeting this morning, what you call a division meeting, man. And I have a male division manager, but it's me, him, and then you have one homosexual guy, and the rest is like another 15 females. It's just straight confusion. They all talk too much. They're just out of place. They're out of bounds. And it's just like, Lord, what did I do to put myself in this predicament? It's really torture sitting back watching a bunch of so-called career-minded women think that they have some type of say-so in dealings, when in fact, half these women, they can't even be submissive to their husbands. Shows you why we need to get the hell up out of here. But anyway, this is an 8-minute video from Dabu 7. And honestly speaking, all you devils need to be locked up in cage. Every last one of you. Because you point the finger at this person. She's pointing a finger at him. He's pointing a finger at her. They point a finger at Trump. Everybody's pointing fingers at one another. But every last one of you are guilty, all right? Even if you wasn't directly involved with the Epstein PDF files, you're all guilty just by association of who you are as people, being the biblical Edomites. And every last one of you need to be put down in slavery and eradicated, man, all right? Because you're just a race of goddamn devils, man. And the bitch, she's going to prove exactly what she is, all right? So let me play a couple of minutes of this video, and we'll get a couple of precepts. But it's comical to me, man. But these people in the comments, they're really fumigated over this, because they really believed in this joke. This place is a fucking joke, man. It's a circus. Okay, look at this guy. He said, this shit really pisses me off, as it should all of America. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's angering because they're playing in your face, but you really thought that you was going to get some justice from these people, when in fact they're the ones that's causing all the problems of the world. You dudes are people. You people are stupid, man. This is why the Lord said that the deceiver and the deceived are his, man. Okay? Like he said, no one would ever be indicted. They're all on it, in on it. Yep. It says here, one comment says it all. You're absolutely right. One big club and we aren't in it. All of them. 100% accurate. You know? So, yeah. And it says these elites are powerful, but they are few. We need to rise and overthrow them and put new people, same people back in. The fact that you have a corrupt nation of people ruling over the affairs of the world, it will always be crooked. Because let's just say if you get rid of all these devils and you put up a group of another Edomites, and it's going to be the same corruption, man. Because by nature, this is who you are. Okay, matter of fact, let me get a precept real quick before I continue to rant. Unclean, who can bring an unclean thing from a clean, not unclean. There we go. Where we at? I think that's in the book of Job. Yep, Job 14:4. That's Spirit 144. It says, who could bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one, which is a cut to you Christians, because all you double Christians out there that try to use Acts 10 to justify eating abominable foods. Well, the scriptures just say, who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one. And don't give us that, well, Jesus can. No, Yahweh Shai is not going to make something unclean clean. All right, outside of the nation of Israel. Food, no. Food have been put in a certain a category. You have foods that's consumable, and then you have shit that's not consumable, which is not food, which you call food. So I can't take an oyster or a shark and make it clean, because a shark is not considered food. It's not edible, man. All right, but anyway, who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one, you know? So with that being said, even if you did overthrow this tyrannical government, nothing ain't gonna change. It's just the same wickedness, man. All right. But anyway, let's play the video. Salakia, fair use.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Behind me, I have 3 documents.
And this bitch is funny as hell, man. She's funny and she's very proud. That's why the Lord's gonna stump you fucking devils out, man.
From the DOJ production that are emblematic of the massive failure of the DOJ to comply with the Epstein Files Transparency Act. To my right is an email that was sent by the victim's lawyers to the DOJ. It was a list of names not to redact, a list of names not to release. What did the DOJ do with this email? They released this email in the document production. Literally the worst thing you could do to the survivors, you did. And they're getting phone calls. A lot of these people didn't want to be known. And we know you touched the document because you redacted one name and you redacted the lawyer's name, but you left the survivor's name there. The next document I want to show you, that was in the title, the victim's survivors' names, all right? The title of this one is Child Sex Trafficking, Co-Conspirators, fully redacted. And by the way, I'm going to unredact them here. Les Wexner is in this. Now, your your deputy attorney general said.
But you know what I find ironic is that all these devils are in it. All these devils are in it, man. You know, the higher ups at least. All these people, and the reason why they're putting this out, this is really bread and circus to get you people to think that justice would be served. But at the same time, it's geared to rouse you up, to piss you off, because at the end of the day, nobody's going to jail. Trump will still remain president. She's going to still remain attorney general, and you're going to still have a wicked Congress. So at the end of the day, they're just appeasing you people by pretending like they really give a shit. They don't give a shit about the people because they're all in on it, man. They're all in on it. Every last one of them. Pam Bundy, Ted Raw, all these niggas are in on this, man. And this is what you stupid people don't fail to realize, man.
And, oh, well, he appears hundreds of times in the files, but he doesn't appear in this file until I forced you to release it, where he's listed as a co-conspirator, not to tax evasion, but to child sex trafficking. Whoa. Not to prostitution.
Whoa.
Not to money laundering, child sex trafficking. And then finally, what we have here is the third exhibit that I have is emblematic of the FD 302 release. These are the documents that we need, that you're holding on to and over redacting because they have the names of the men who are implicated. How do we know? because the survivors gave testimony to the FBI, and it's in there. And what happens when you go to the portal at the DOJ to look at what's behind this redaction? Another redaction.
Arrest body.
So we can't even see them. And then there's some of these files you've pulled down from the website that we will never see because we can't search the redactions. So I have several questions for you. Who's responsible? Are you able to track who in your organization made this massive failure and released the victims' names? Are you able to track who it was that obscured Les Wexner's name as a co-conspirator in an FBI document? Do you have that kind of accountability?
Every trading course says you'll get funded fast, but none of them actually train you in person.
I found Trade with the Pros, and it.
I believe Wexner's name was listed more than 4,000 times.
Yeah, I already told you that. This is where he's listed as a co-conspirator.
Can I finish my answer? Come on, let me finish my answer.
And this is another piece.
The survivors in the room, if you are willing, please stand. And if you are willing, please raise your hands if you have still not been able to meet with this Department of Justice.
Wow.
Please note for the record that every single survivor.
And a lot of them could be actors too. And don't get it twisted. A lot of these hoes, they sign, because one thing about a woman, you know what I'm saying, and there's no shade to you sisters out there, but what I do know about most women is that when the money is on the table, they lose integrity. All right? With the whole Diddy shit, like they try to make it seem like Cassie was just so innocent and loving. Cassie was a hoe from the jump, all right? She wasn't some, and they always trying to justify these women and throw their illicit behaviors under the bus. No, man. These people were just as guilty. Not taking away from these survivors, but, I mean, this is a wicked rulership, okay?
Has raised their hand. Attorney General Bondi.
Arrest her.
You apologized to the survivors in your opening statement for what they went through at the hands of Jeffrey Epstein. Will you turn to them now and apologize for what your Department of Justice has put them through with the absolutely unacceptable release of the Epstein files and their information?
Congresswoman, you sat before Merrick Garland sat in this chair twice.
Attorney General Bondi.
No, can I finish my answer?
No, I'm going to reclaim my time because I asked you a specific question that I would like you to answer, which is, will you turn to the survivors? This is not about anybody that came before you. It is about you taking responsibility for your Department of Justice and the harm that it has done to the survivors who are standing right behind you and are waiting for you to turn to them and apologize for what your Department of Justice has done.
Members get to ask the questions, the witness gets to answer in the way they want to answer. The Attorney General can
that's
respond.
not accurate, Mr. Chairman.
Because she doesn't like the answer.
Time.
So,
Mr. Chairman,
why
I have asked
didn't she ask Merrick Garland this twice?
I am reclaiming my time, and when I reclaim my time,
Mr. Chairman, the gentlelady's reclaiming
I'm
time.
not getting the gutter for her theatrics.
The time belongs to the gentle lady. The gentle lady has 17 seconds.
Thank you.
Epstein's co-conspirators have you indicted. How many perpetrators are you even investigating?
And you know this devil is on the list, man. Anyway, man, these people are freaking comical. That's why the scriptures say like they're the deaf adder. This is the book of Psalms 58, and I'm going to start at verses 1. It says, do you indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? And do ye judge uprightly, O ye sons of men? And the answer to that question is hell to the no. Hell to the no. All right. It says, yeah, in your heart ye woke wickedness, and ye weighed the violence of your hands in the earth. It says, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. It says, their poison is like the poison of a serpent, and they are like the deaf adder that stoppeth our ear, which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wisely. So it goes in one ear out the next, man, which proves that this devil was unaccountable, because for the simple fact, when you bring up his atrocities, he likes to deflect. Okay, well, what about this? No, nigga, ain't no what about. We're talking about what you did. You know, what about what you did? And then they want to deflect, man, because that's how Esau gets down. Okay. Zechariah 11:5, whose possessions slay them and hold themselves not guilty. Yeah. Esau ain't hold himself guilty because in his mindset, you people will call goyim, the goyim, you know, your sheep, your cattle. You have no rights. So all this constitutional folly and this republic or this so-called democracy that you think you may have, it's all a gimmick, man. They don't care about you people. They're spraying chemicals over your skies, man, and they know you people ain't gonna do a damn thing about it. They know you ain't gonna do a goddamn thing about it. Putting poison in your foods, man. Turn your woman, man. Please. These devils know nothing is gonna happen to them, and this is why a higher power will intervene in order to put this man down, because Esau's just the devil, man. Okay, you can't expect a bunch of devils to bring another race of devils to justice. That's not how this works, man. Okay, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai has to bring justice to these devils because that's just how it works. Okay, it says here, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that seldom say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pitied them not. So they don't give a shit, man. That's how Esau gets down. Scriptures call him a race of hypocrites, man. All right, this is the book of Job 15. And I'm going to start at verses 34. It says, for the congregation of hypocrites should be desolate, and fire should consume the tabernacles of the bribery. They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity. They barely prepared deceit. So she don't give a damn, man. At the end of the day, she like, fuck them people. Fuck them kids. They don't care because they know nothing ain't going to happen to them, because the fact that you got over a million files of the Epstein files and you redacted half of them, and the fact that this lady is still walking around free, that shows you that there will be no justice for you people. Like the dude said, I don't know his name, but he was like some Chinese dude, some Asian, some Moabite. And he basically stated, only how you're going to get some type of retribution back in your society, even Shaheen Bosen said that, is if you start a revolution. And eventually it's going to go there. But you maggot-minded Americans, you so docile with your jobs and with bread and circuses to the point you don't realize that these people are playing your stupid asses, man. So the Lord has got to put a special spirit on these maggots in America to even want to do something, because, I mean, nobody's doing nothing. Everybody's still getting up and going to work. And yet these are the people that's causing the problems in your lives, where it's really Amalek. But half these people are Amalekites, man. They're set up. They're handpicked. These people ain't going to bring no justice to your life, man. And I'm talking about you Negroes out there that believe in this American system. You Jake's a cook.
First, you showed I find it.
How many have you indicted?
Excuse me. I'm going to answer the question.
Answer my question.
No, I'm going to answer the question. First, you showed I find it.
How many have you indicted?
Excuse me. I'm going to answer the question.
Answer my question.
No, I'm going to answer the question the way I want to answer the question.
No,
Your
you're going to
theatrics
answer the
are
question the way I asked it.
Chairman Jordan, I'm not going to get in the gutter with these people.
Damn, you heard she say, I'm not going to get in the gutter with these people. I mean, they don't give a fuck about your ass, man. And in the last one, and in one of the other videos, she mentioned, she said, yeah, you went off script. So why you people sit back crying and mad? I'm laughing at this shit, man. And you know what? I claim Pam Bundy as a slave in the kingdom, man. You know what I'm saying? She's a real devil, man. You know, I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this bitch if I get her. I pray the Lord let me get her. We gonna have a lot of fun, boy. I'll tell you that. Well, she's a whore anyway. But yeah, her and that Christy Norm demon, you got to be put in chains, man. All right, you gonna do a great service to the men of the Lord in the kingdom, man. You're gonna serve us, and you're gonna do a lot of other shit that you don't want to do. But anyway, she's a devil. And you know he's a pediatrician. He just he looks like he can play like this penguin looking dude. You know he's nasty. But look at him, man, all bald faced, the phallic symbol on their neck. All these devils are guilty. They all need to be put down. Every last one of them, man, according to the scriptures.
Investigating.
First, you showed it. I find it.
How many have you indicted?
Excuse me. I'm going to answer the question.
Answer my question.
No, I'm going to answer the question the way I want to answer the question.
No,
Your
you're going to
theatrics
answer the
are
question the way I
ridiculous.
asked it.
Chairman Jordan, I'm not going to get in the gutter with these people, but I'm going to answer the question.
How many have you indicted?
Again, the time belongs to
Reclaiming my time.
the time belongs.
I think it's very interesting.
my time.
I think it's very
Reclaiming my
interesting.
time.
And you can
When
reclaim
he
your
talks
time,
about
but
they
reclaiming my time,
indicted,
Mr.
the
Chairman.
president said they indicted him twice.
Mr. Chairman, please
They
stop the
sure
clock
did.
and stop the
he
clock and
indicted-
restore his time.
Okay, here we go with these
Committee will be in order.
theatrics.
The time belongs to the gentleman from New York.
And Esau, you got the fucking blame for this, man, because you put these hoes in fucking power and you can't even control your own dog, man. See, that's why the Lord got to take this nigga down, man, because he's fucked up everything. See, if you would have followed the law of the Most High, which you're not even programmed to do, and you would have kept the woman in place where they belong, you wouldn't have this fucking problem. You wouldn't have this rebellious demon to come up and she's basically telling you what she's not going to do. All because she has she's supposed to be the head of the law enforcement and the Department of Justice over all America. And this is what you got. A crooked ass bed wench, racist, unaccountable ass devil, man. That's what you got. And this spirit harbors in all these rebellious women in America because all the women in America act like this, man. There's levels to it, but majority of them act like this, man. I was in a meeting today and I'm like, these women got too much goddamn liberty, man. They just talking and saying what they want to say and chest puffed up and this accomplishment, and then they're sitting in the face of men. They looking men in the eye. This is a vexing fucking society, bro. In the back of my mind, I'm just crying out to the Lord. I'm like, man, you got to get us the fuck out of here, man. I'm like, I don't know how much of this shit I can stomach. You know, because this is it's too damn much, man. It's too damn much. All right? And enough is enough.
We will give you a few more seconds. We will do that. But when you ask a question, the witness gets to answer. You may not like the answer, but she gets to answer.
The question was, how many of Epstein's...
They don't like the answer, Chairman,
my time.
because it's honest.
Reclaiming-
So he asked a
Reclaiming my
4-minute
time.
question.
Restore 45
and
seconds,
I am
Mr. Nadler,
going
please,
to
Mr. Chairman.
Answer.
You can let her filibuster all day long, but not on our watch.
Reclaiming-
Not on our time. No way. And I told you about that, Attorney General, before you started.
You don't tell me.
Yeah, I did tell you because we saw what you did in this.
She said you don't. They're divided, man. That's why it's so comical. How can you be the power seat of the world when you can't even come to a simple conclusion about prosecuting PDF files, man? Because you all are fucking guilty, man. Every last one of you.
Time, no way. And I told you about that, Attorney General, before you started.
You don't tell me.
Yeah, I did tell you because we saw what you did in the Senate.
Lawyer, not even a
Man, she
lawyer.
thinks she runs everything.
I should get back at least 45
Throw her in jail.
Give you a few more seconds. I said that already.
45 seconds.
Okay, I'm timing right now, Mr. Nadler. Go
All
ahead.
right.
My time. The answer to my question, how many of Epstein's co-conspirators has she indicted, is 0.
And it is ridiculous that she can't even turn around to the victims and that they have not even interviewed or talked to a single one of these victims. You were looking at a courtroom full of Epstein victims and this DOJ cares not about them. She's trained to sit there and deflect and to argue back without giving a straight answer, and that's exactly what she's done the entire time and what she will continue to do. She's not here for justice for the American people or for the victims in this case. Cause
I don't give a shit about you Americans, man. When you dummies out there gonna realize it's never been about justice for you. They don't give a shit. It's bread and circus to them, man.
had a ton of evidence here to torch them. They should be arrested. It's like treason. They are covering up and redacting not the people that have been hurt, but the criminals. They are literally protecting and hiding the names of the criminal elite right in front of your face. And that's what Massey just called her out on. And all she can do is sit there and scream and yell back and all this other stuff. It's ridiculous. She's got to go. We need some big change in this country, top down, all the way around.
The big change in this country is coming ICBM nuclear fire, and that shit can't come quick enough, man. Now let this be you. On the other hand, and you talking back to them like that, they'll just say, you know what, throw this nigga in jail, get rid of him. We ain't got time for the bullshit. You can't even plead your case. When you get locked up, you're guilty before proven innocent. But this bitch could come on here and tell you with nothing. Man, please. This place is a fucking joke. I don't take this place. This place is a fucking joke. All right? We better than this shit, Akia, man. We got to get the hell out of here. You know, and it's going to get a lot worse before it get better. So just embrace, brothers. Nahum 1, and I'm going to start at verses 3. It says, for the Most High is slow to anger and great in power and would not at all acquit the wicked. So, yeah, you can acquit yourselves, but the Lord ain't going to quit your asses, man. The Lord got you right where he wants you, man. And he's going to bring you down. And it says here, the Lord have his way in a whirlwind and in a storm, and all the clouds are the dust of his feet. So you're not getting away with your murders, Esau. This is why all this shit is happening, because you can't expect these devils to prosecute each other. They're not going to do that. That's not how it works. Okay, the government is set up to destroy your life. All right. It's the book of Nahum 1, 3 and 1. Woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robberies, and the prey departed not. Yep. Okay. And I'm going to go down here to verses 4. It says, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts. Behold, I am against thee, says Yahweh of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness and the kingdoms thy shame. Everybody is seeing this shit. Like I said, my man Putin said America and the West is ran by a bunch of satanic pedophiles. He's not lying about that. These people, from your mayors to your governors to your senators to your congressmen to your presidents to your leaders to your judges to your police officials to your commanders to your military men, they're all Satanists, and they're all the PDF files. They're all Satanists, man. Your doctors, your lawyers, your politicians, okay? Your chief of fire, all these people, they're part of one big fucking club, man. And like they say, you ain't invited. Take your ass to work and pay my taxes and pay your bills, nigga. I don't want to hear nothing else out of you. You know? And it says, and I will cast abominable filth upon thee and make thee vile, and I will set thee as a gazing stock, man. So that's the point, man. The Lord is exposing this place for what it is, and he's showing you people that ain't, this ain't it. This is why the scriptures tell Israel to rise and depart, for this is not our rest, because it is polluted, and it will destroy you with the sword destruction. Okay? Sirach 10 and 1. A wise judge would instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. Yeah, man. The government of a prudent man. This ain't a government of anything prudent. This is a wicked system. And the people over it are wicked. It says, as the judge of his people is himself, so are the officers, and what manner of man of the ruler of the city is, such all they dwell therein. So if you got a bunch of Satanists, a bunch of demonic trolls that likes to drink kids' blood and rape little boys and girls, because it ain't only women that was getting grabbed up. It was little boys too. You know, they was bringing out the fact that a lot of these when Walmart and certain retail stores were selling these high price purchases like furniture and shit, they speculated that a lot of those could have been the kids they killed, man. You know, you got this nigga walking around with a fucking shot. See, this is why you Jakes, man. Yeah, Jacob's trouble can't come quick enough, man. To the point, the Most High just got to start unaliving you niggas, bro. But anyway, it says here, an unwise king destroyed this people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city should be inhabited, right? It says the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he was set over one that is profitable, all right? And that's Yahushua, because this is not a profitable system at all. But with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. Lord's will, you are edified. To the next lesson. Shalom.